So I was sitting here today drinking an ice-cold Oaked Arrogant Bastard Ale, and I thought to myself, holy shit, I haven't made a video in, well, it's been a long time. So I decided I should do it today. I've got a whole bunch of games to talk about. Hopefully I've got enough time in this video to get through them. And yeah, so let's take a look. So first, we're going to start out with the 8-bit games, which is, you know, for me, NES. I got a couple classics that I used to have when I was a kid. You know, the biggest one that all you guys are going to know is Super Mario Bros. 3. You can't say anything about this game that hasn't been said before. It pretty much just took everything I loved about the first two Super Mario Bros. Games and just multiplied that by 10. And it was amazing. The music was awesome. Gameplay was, you know, tight. Just one of my favorite games of all time. Definitely had to get this. You know, a couple that my friend Bill got for me. This one was for Christmas. Metroid. This is also one of the first games that I had for the NES when I was, you know, a small child. I never could finish it, so I'm going to try to do that now that I own the game again. And then I got one of the last, actually two of the last games that were released for the system. Kirby's Adventure, which is a great platformer. Really fun. If you never played this, you should. And then I also got Mega Man 6. Alright, so now I'd like to move on to my Genesis games that I've got since the last video I did. So a bunch of these my friend actually got me for Christmas, same guy, Bill. I call him Billiam. He basically doubled my collection at the time, but he got me the original Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic and Knuckles, which is probably my second favorite Sonic the Hedgehog game. And then I myself picked up Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which I think is my favorite of the 16-bit Sonic the Hedgehog games. I also, for Genesis, picked up Afterburner 2, which was, you know, complete with the box and everything. I thought I was going to enjoy this game much more than I did, since I loved Afterburner in the arcade. But the controls just were screwy, and I didn't like it. Also, for Sega Genesis, I picked up Mega Bomberman. I'm a pretty big Bomberman fan. I've never played this one before, so I can't wait to play this. All the other ones that I played have been a blast, so this should be awesome. And then my favorite of the Genesis games is, that I picked up since the last video is definitely Castlevania Bloodlines. If you have watched my previous video game pickups video, I talked about how much I loved the Castlevania series on the NES. This Genesis Castlevania is just as good as those. You know, but graphically and musically, it just, you know, takes it up. There's some weird differences in it. Like, you know, there's multiple characters you can pick. There's also, rather than collecting hearts for your weapons, you're collecting jewels, which I find kind of strange. You know, every other game in the series uses hearts, so that's kind of messed up, but a great game nonetheless. Now, I've also picked up a few GameCube games since the last time. Time Splitters 2, which is awesome. I really like this game a lot. Probably one of the best first-person shooters on the GameCube. I know there's probably not many. I also got the Resident Evil remake for GameCube, which graphically is insanely better than the original PlayStation version. I still can't get over the controls of the old Resident Evil games. I'll try playing it some more, but yeah, I don't like that too much. And then obviously I'm a big fan of Sonic the Hedgehog. I picked up Sonic Heroes for GameCube. Not great, but not bad either. Yeah, I can't complain. And then I also picked up a few Wii games. I got Muramasa, the Demon Blade, which I have not even played yet, but it was super cheap. I think it was $10 on Amazon, and I've heard so many good things about this game. I can't wait to play it. So yeah, that was a pretty cool pickup. I also got Mad World, which is an insanely violent game made by Sega for the Wii. Yeah, I've liked what I've played of it so far, although, you know, it hasn't been much. I also got, for Christmas, Resident Evil 4 Wii edition, which so far is pretty cool. The controls take a little bit to get used to, but definitely a step up over the old Resident Evil games. So you just started playing this one. I'm gonna continue, but I like it so far. And then the best Wii game I think that I've ever played, I picked up Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword. I loved this game. I completed it. It took me probably about 50 hours, and I think I only did like half of the side quests. But I really enjoyed the game. The controls were great. Like, obviously the Wii's not, you know, graphically amazing, but the art style was fantastic. They used a full orchestra for parts of the soundtrack, which is a huge improvement over previous games in the series. Yeah, boss battles were really fun. The story was really good, and I really love the ending as well. So this is also another must-have. And if you can find it, I actually got the limited edition that came with Gold Legend of Zelda Wii Remote Plus. And then also I picked up a couple of PlayStation 1 games. I never had a PlayStation 1 when it originally came out. I picked the Nintendo 64. But now I have a PS3. Obviously it'll play all the old PS1 games. I picked up Mega Man X6 for PlayStation 1. So far it's pretty cool. And then I also got, for the original PlayStation, the original Rayman. And then I haven't been showing my PS3 a whole lot of love. And no, that was not any relation to the Led Zeppelin tune. But I did pick up one game for it. Actually, my girlfriend got me this for Christmas, Uncharted 3. And I did play through this one, and it was unbelievable. I'm not 100% sure if I liked it as much as Uncharted 2, which was actually, Uncharted 2 was the reason that I bought a PS3. But this one was great as well. I really liked it. It's obviously, it's like you're playing a movie, and I love movies. So, yeah, awesome game. Buy it now. Buy it now! I did pick up a few games for my Xbox 360. Number one, Project Gotham Racing 4, which is cool. I didn't like it as much as I remembered liking it when I played it originally. But it's not bad. The racing game I've been playing the most is Dirt 3 for the PC, which is awesome. I also got Sonic Generations. If you're sensing a theme here, it's yes, I love Sonic the Hedgehog. But I really like this one. Some of the last few Sonic games that come out, like Sonic the Hedgehog for the Xbox 360, was just god-awful. This one, Sega has totally redeemed themselves from all wrongdoing. It's pretty awesome. It's got a bunch of levels that are based off of, you know, the 16-bit Sonic games, and you get to, you know, go through them two different ways. One is basically a side-scrolling, and then one is, you know, running as fast forward as you can. But yeah, the music's awesome. You know, graphically it's great. You know, bright colors, fast. But yeah, you got to get this as well. And it shouldn't be too expensive either. I also got Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. This I loved. I had never actually played through the first Halo since I didn't own an original Xbox. I mean, I played it, you know, multiplayer with friends and stuff like that, but getting to play the single-player campaign with the remade graphics on the 360 was really awesome. You know, the controls were great on it. I like the feature that you can switch back to the original Xbox graphics and kind of compare the two. So even though you know it's the same game, it's like gotten a total facelift and looks so much better. But the original still does hold up pretty well. And then I also got Gears of War 3. This is the collector's edition, which came with the COG tag and some other stuff. But yeah, this one was awesome as well. Played through the entire campaign as well as the Ram's Shadow DLC just recently, which was kind of short, but it was fun. It was kind of cool being able to use the Krill shield, stuff like that. So yeah, this is a must-have as well for the 360. And finally, I think the thing I'm most excited to show you guys is my Sega Saturn. That's right. Finally got a Sega Saturn. This is a system that I just thought was the coolest thing when I was like in 7th grade, I think. Obviously, it was like $400, so my parents never bought me one. But now that I'm a, you know, grown up or whatever you want to call it, I bought one myself. I got a pretty good deal on Amazon with this system, and it did come with 7 games. Some of them are really cool, and some of them are not so cool. But they came with the system, so you know it just adds to my collection, which is cool. I got Virtua Fighter 2, this is the version that came with the Saturn. This is an awesome fighting game. I did get a chance to play this one a little bit, and it's still awesome even to this day. You know, at the time the graphics on it were just insanely good, and it was almost arcade perfect. It was that awesome. So really happy to have this one. And I also got Virtua Cop, this one here, and Virtua Cop 2. These ones, I have a light gun that actually came with the system as well to play, but it's not going to work on a flat screen TV, so I got to get myself a nice big tube TV to play them on. But I remember playing these in the arcade and they were great as well. So, you know, back in the day, Sega used to make some amazing arcade games. And then I got a game that I used to play when I was a kid all the time on the PC, which is Command & Conquer. I actually did play this a little bit on the Saturn, and I thought it would be, you know, really shitty using a control pad to play it on rather than a mouse and a keyboard, but it wasn't really that bad. So yeah, this, you know, it's not a bad game. I don't know how much time I'm going to spend playing this on the Saturn, but you know, hell, it came with the system. So also got a couple of old sports games with it, Madden 97 and NHL 97. I did play NHL 97 a bit, haven't popped into Madden. These ones, the graphics on them, honestly, don't hold up as well as something like a Virtua Fighter 2. But it's still, you know, interesting, I guess, for nostalgia's sake to take a look at them. And then the last one is this game called PTO2. I know nothing about this game and haven't played it, so don't have anything else to say there. Well, that does it for my third recent video game pickups video. If you have any suggestions on games that I should pick up, I'm always open. Especially Saturn games. I need a few more really good Saturn games to play. I know, you know, obviously the Panzer Dragoons are ones that I want, but you know, beyond that, definitely, you know, hit me up with some suggestions. And yeah, I'll try not to wait 3 months again to make another video. But in the meantime, cheers.